All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something we've all been sold our entire lives, through songs, through movies, through, well, everything. The promise of eternal love. From day one, we're basically told that love is supposed to be this all-consuming, unbreakable promise. It's a bond that's meant to last forever, a connection that absolutely nothing in the world can break. And right at the core of this whole promise is this really intense, kind of possessive idea of belonging, that one person can, and maybe even should, belong to another. And this is sold to us as the absolute pinnacle of romance. I mean, our culture is just saturated with these beautiful, super seductive images, right? You are the wind, I am the sand. The idea of two souls so intertwined they basically become one thing, a delicate vine clinging to a strong tree. It's poetic, it's beautiful. But what if this whole picture we've been painting is actually hiding a much darker truth? What if there's another way to see this? What if we've been looking at this whole thing completely backward? Because the claim in our source today is pretty radical. It says this whole romantic ideal, it's not just some fantasy that's hard to achieve. No, it's a carefully laid trap. It's designed to look beautiful, but in the end, it's meant to cause suffering. Okay, so let's dig into this first big idea, the prison of together. The argument here is that what we call eternal love, this whole idea of being inseparable, can really easily morph into a kind of prison for both people. Just think about the metaphors that get used here. A committed relationship is compared to a besieged city, where everyone on the outside is desperate to get in and everyone on the inside is desperate to get out. Or, even darker, a tomb. So, what starts as this beautiful promise of an inseparable bond, well, it gets twisted, right? It becomes a love chain. And a chain doesn't just connect you, it confines you. It creates this trap where there's no escape, even if one or both of you really want out. And this deconstruction, it applies to even our most romantic ideas. Remember that image of the vine wrapped around the tree? It sounds lovely. But what happens if that vine is parasitic? It starts drawing so much life from the tree that it ends up killing it. And of course, once the tree's gone, the vine dies too. The perfect romance suddenly becomes a story of mutual destruction. So this brings us to the very heart of the issue, the myth of belonging. Why is this ideal so destructive? Well, the argument is that the whole problem really just boils down to one single, very dangerous word. And this is where we really have to hit pause and ask ourselves a serious question, one about a concept we just throw around all the time. Is it even possible for one independent, thinking, feeling human being to truly belong to somebody else? See, this idea of belonging to someone, it suggests you can totally fuse, right? Become one person. But that's literally impossible. I mean, think about it on the simplest level. If you love sweet food and your partner loves bitter food, you're two different people. Your thoughts, your tastes, your private worries, they can never, ever be completely merged into one single being. And this is really the kicker. That demand for someone to belong to you, to know every single thing they're thinking, that's not coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of fear. A fear of being betrayed. It's really just a symptom of deep mistrust. So, okay, if belonging is a myth and eternal love is some kind of trap, where does that leave us? Are we just supposed to be cynical about everything? Well, no, not at all. There's a powerful and honestly a much healthier alternative proposed here. What's offered is a total redefinition of that word, a complete flip. True belonging has nothing to do with owning someone or being owned. It's all about your actions. It's about your willingness to give, to selflessly act for their good without expecting or demanding a single thing back. So how do you get there? Well, the path to this much healthier kind of connection, it's not about fixing the other person. It's not about trying to change them. It's about turning the focus completely inward, onto yourself. So when your partner does something kind, you don't just thank them. You feel gratitude for your own past good deeds that created the space for that kindness. Then you use that feeling as fuel to look at your own flaws and work on being even better. And what this all boils down to is a really powerful idea. The suffering we feel in our relationships, it doesn't actually come from our partner. It comes from inside us. It comes from our own afflictions, our own delusions, and these unrealistic expectations that we cling to so tightly. We're the ones who trap ourselves. Which leaves us with one last, pretty provocative question to chew on. What if this entire goal we've been sold, finding your soulmate, your other half, what if it's just fundamentally wrong? What if the real journey of love isn't about finding someone else to complete you, but about doing the hard work of becoming whole, all on your own?